All right, and for more on what is taking place in the Middle East and Trump's 20-point peace plan, let's now bring in Dr. David Fenter. He's an international negotiations expert. He joins us now via our video link. Dr. David, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I mean, let's start off here. We've seen that peace deal from US President Donald Trump, and that's in efforts of bringing about peace between Israel and Palestine. Maybe just take us through, maybe what do you make of this peace deal, particularly now that Hamas has agreed to some points in that peace deal?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I think we've got to bear in mind that there are two dangers in this peace plan. One is Netanyahu, and the other is that Hamas may very well have a conditional approval. If I can take you back to the Oval Office where the announcement was made, and you look at the body language of Netanyahu, you will notice very well that although he speaks the words, his body language does not echo commitment. So one has to be very cautious as to whether Netanyahu will attempt to blow up this plan as he has done so often with all other plans.
And Dr. David, I mean, this is not the only peace plan that we have seen. And do you think that this time around, this peace deal will hold, particularly when you look at the body language from the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, I'm really dubious about this, and I'll tell you why. The plan is extensive, and it's to be applauded that there at least is a peace plan on the table. But the plan is very short on implementation steps and on timelines. And this leaves gaps for those who wish to destroy the plan to intervene and eventually topple the plan in one way or another. We need to be positive. There are many positives in it. If we look at the initial plan, it says that the displacement of Gazans and the annexation of the Gaza Strip by Israel is off the table. That is great, because that takes away all the things that have been said by Gavir and his colleague. Then it accepts the future role of the Palestinian Authority. Now, please bear in mind, this is the initial plan. It gives guarded support for Palestinian self-determination. It ends the war, and it provides for bringing home the hostages, those dead and alive. But, and this is a big but, after Netanyahu was in the Oval Office and in the discussions of the plan, certain changes were made. And the PA was effectively excluded, which caused Egypt to be furious about this, and also the other Arab countries. And they are already threatening now to not participate in the stability force that has to be created as part of this plan. So there are many possible glitches that can develop, and we've got to bear that in mind. We hope that that's not going to be the case.
And Dr. David, I mean, when it comes to, the other peace plans we've seen, what makes this peace plan different? And maybe also then just take us through some of the demands from Hamas.
Well, I think this plan is unique in that Trump did, as he says, negotiate extensively with Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and other Arab countries to put together this plan. That should be applauded, that their voice has been heard in terms of this plan. But we also need to be realistic. The plan says that Hamas should now give up its weapons and be disarmed. I don't foresee that easily happening. Hamas has certain requirements. It wants to be part of a Palestinian authority that will govern the Gaza Strip as this plan evolves. Israel is dead set against it. The other problem is, if you listen to Netanyahu, he says that the Israeli Defense Force will never fully withdraw from Gaza. The amended plan provides for the Defense Force to remain in about 17% of Gaza ultimately. And this is a major problem that will not be accepted by Hamas and will not be accepted by the other Arab countries. So there are sticking points that are going to have to be ironed out by highly experienced negotiators.
And Dr. David, before I let you go, I mean, we saw US President Donald Trump taking to social media asking and calling for the immediate stop of bombing of Gaza. But then a few moments later, we saw Israel strikes on Gaza. What does this mean, for this peace deal, which the US president wants to see being followed through?
Well, the problem that he has is Netanyahu knows that his political future hangs by a thread. The rightist people that he has brought into his governing coalition have threatened repeatedly to withdraw from the government, collapse the government, if certain provisions are not included. And they are not happy with the idea of stopping the war, withdrawing from Gaza, and frankly, they are hell-bent on thinking that Gaza can be annexed and that the settlements can be extended into Gazan territory. Whereas if the plan is carried through fully, it will place a very big question mark on even currently existing settlements, which is going to be a major problem going forward.
All right, Dr. David, thank you so much for your time and for that insight. That's Dr. David Venter. He's an international negotiations expert talking to us there about the ongoing peace talks between Palestine and Israel.